So my time at MSU Cares, I actually enjoyed way more than I thought that I was going to. It was a very different patient population than I'm used to, and because of that, I was scared that I wasn't going to enjoy it. We saw very few orthopedic injuries, and so I was very hesitant in what my skills and abilities, what I could bring to the table in this setting. And while clinical experiences aren't about me always bringing things to the table, they're more so about me learning. It was still something that made me nervous. But my time there was actually really great. I feel like I learned a lot about the different aspects of medicine as opposed to just what we do in athletic training. It was kind of the same at the orthopedic hospital, but there I was still working under an athletic trainer. And at MSU Cares, I was working under a PA. And so it was a very different realm of medicine with a very different patient population, and it allowed me to be able to experience a different side of medicine in a new light, and learn a lot, actually. So I worked with Dr. Robin Yost. She's not a doctor, she's a PA, actually. But she sees patients every 3 months on the regular and then as they need. She sees a whole host of different diseases and literally anything, because the people that come into the clinic are homeless or don't have any insurance, they have low income. And so they come to this clinic for everything that they need, whether it's help with managing their diabetes, or if it is, I just lost my train of thought, help managing their diabetes, or if they have a sickness, or if they're having psychiatric trouble, or like family problems. Like, they come to this clinic for everything. And so because of that, as a PA, she sees a whole host of things and knows how to treat a whole host of things, and she has such a different perspective on how to interact with patients that are different than us as clinicians, right? So as an athletic trainer at a high school or maybe at a college, that general population might come from a poorer background or a more rich background or things like that, but generally the population is about the same as we are, right? But in this clinic, people are so different and they come from such different backgrounds and different lives, and most of them are using drugs, and there's just this whole different side of things that I got to learn at this clinic that I was nervous about going to. Working under a PA was really neat because as a PA, she has a broad spectrum background in a lot of different medicines. And because of that, some of her pools of medicine are shallow. So, like, she knows what she's talking about when it comes to orthopedic injuries, but when she goes to give home exercise programs or tells the patient what to do, sometimes she has to look up, like, what do I tell this patient to do? And so it was really cool to be a student there and to be able to say, like, oh, I know what you're supposed to do, like, let me just tell the patient. And so there was a few instances where the patient would come in with all of these different ailments, and she's fixing them with medication and with this and with this, and they'd be like, hey, Mr. Robin, can I, like, interject, and can I say something that I think would be helpful here? And she's like, oh, for sure, go ahead. And the patient seemed to, like, respond well to my ideas and things I had to say, which is really neat as a student. I also got to work with Dr. Bowers, who's a real physician, and has been practicing at this clinic since it opened, actually, and at the kitchen clinic before that. And so while I saw most of the same patient population with him, and the same kinds of injuries and things, the conversations that I got to have with him as a medical provider were amazing. We had a conversation one day where I specifically was like, why do you work here? Like, why here? Why not at a normal hospital or, family practice or anything like that? And he got to tell me about how he hates seeing healthy people, right? So at, like, clinics and hospitals and all of those things, lots of healthy people with insurance come in and they're like, this hurts, and he's like, you're healthy, go home. And so working at this clinic, he gets to experience, this is what he told me. He said, normally at a clinic you see healthy people. I didn't go to medicine to see healthy people. I went to medicine to visit sick people and to heal them and to make them better. He said, so at a normal hospital you see healthy people. He said, at this clinic, 3 weeks ago, I saw a guy who was high on meth and marijuana, got ran over by a car, had 3 broken bones, was a literal disaster, and he came to see me and I got to fix all of his problems. And so it's really cool to get to hear another medical professional say, like, I enjoy making people better and that's why I do what I do. So this experience was different, it was trying, but very much so I got to learn a lot, and I got to learn about a different perspective inside of medicine, but also I got to learn a lot about different healthcare providers and how, although we all do different things, we're all in it for the same goals and for the same reasons. And so I think that was my biggest takeaway from this semester in that setting.